Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to continue with the third chapter of our English course book Ode to a Butterfly, written by Thomas Wentworth Higginson. In the previous class we have studied the first three stanzas of the poem. In this class we are going to study the remaining three stanzas of the poem. So now let us look at the fourth stanza of the poem. What is written in the fourth stanza? Birds have their nest, they rear their young one, and fleet on errands all the livelong day. Each field mouse keeps the homestead whence it sprung. Okay, so now here the poet is comparing the butterfly with birds and mouse. So the poet is saying that birds have their nest to live and they need to look after their young one. They search for food. They fly for the entire day, and the birds search for food so that they could feed their young ones. Further, the poet compares the butterfly with a field mouse and said that each field mouse keeps the homestead when it sprung. Okay, the poet says that each field mice is having their house in the field where they could jump. The mouse is having their house in the field where they could jump. Birds have their house in the nest and they could fly. But though art nature's free man, free to stray. But the poet says the butterfly as a free art of nature, and the poet further says that to the butterfly that the butterfly is free to live and it can go wherever it want. Okay, unfettered through the woods seeking thine airy food. Okay, so the poet further says that the butterfly could fly through the woods. Woods means forest, and seeking thine airy food. So it looks for its, while flying through the forest, it looks for its food. What is the food of the butterfly? The sweetness spiced on every blossom spray. The sweetness, as we all know, what do a butterfly eat? It sucks nectar from the flower. So the nectar is which a flower extracts, that is compared to the sweetness, and blossom is referred to as flower. Okay, so the sweetness of all the blossom is the food of the butterfly. So the poet is saying that the butterfly flies through the woods and it searches for its airy food. And what is the food of the butterfly? That is the sweetness of the flower, that is the nectar of the flower. Now let's move on to the next stanza. The next stanza is: the garden one wide banquet spreads for thee, O daintiest reveler of the joyous earth. One drop of honey gives satiety. Okay, so the poet further says that the garden is a huge banquet for the butterfly. Now what is a banquet? A banquet is a dinner. Okay, so why the poet is saying that the garden is a huge banquet for the butterfly? Because in the garden there are lots of flowers and the butterfly can get a lot of nectar from all the flowers in the garden. So that's why the garden is compared to a banquet. So the poet is saying that the garden is a huge banquet for the butterfly. And further the poet says that, O daintiest reveler of the joyous earth. The poet says that, O pretty fun loving creature. The daintiest reveler means fun loving creature of the joyful earth. One drop of honey gives satiety. The poet says that only a single drop of honey gives satiety to the butterfly. Satiety means satisfaction. A second draught would drug thee past all mirth. And if we give another drop of honey to the butterfly, she would move away from all the laughter, and then she would fall asleep. So the poet is trying to show us that the butterfly is a very content or satisfied creature, and with only a single drop of honey it gets completely satisfied. Thy feast no orgy shows, thy calm eyes never closed. Okay, so the poet further says that the butterfly does not enjoy the party in a wild manner. She is not such kind of creature who will make wild parties or create a lot of noise or like that. The butterfly does not not a noisy creature, you can say, or not a mess creating creature. Okay, you can see the calmness of the butterfly through your eyes. The butterfly, it is a general phenomenon that whenever we see a butterfly we feel extreme calmness in our mind. Those sobrets prize to which the sun gave birth. Okay, Your eye, the poet says that the butterfly gives a calmness to the eye of the seeker, and she is the smallest, soberest small fairy to which the sun gives birth. So the poet is calling the butterfly as the fairy of the sun, which has been given birth by the sun. Now let's move on to the last stanza of the poem. And yet the soul of man upon thy wings forever soars in aspiration, though his emblem of the new carrier that spring. Okay, so the human being takes inspiration from the butterfly, and he also wishes to get wings or like the butterfly, not real wings, wings so that he could be freed from all the customs and all those things which are holding him behind. So the human is also basically inspired by the freedom of butterfly, and the poet says that the butterfly gives hopes to the human that they will be also be able to be free like the butterfly one day by doing something which gives them a sense of freedom. Okay, his emblem of the, okay, the by looking at the butterfly, the human tries to fulfill his career aspirations or whatever he is having. When death's arrest bids all his spirit go, he seeks his hope in thee of immortality. Okay, so the poet further says that when death arrives in front of a man, and if he seeks the wings of a butterfly, it means if he has fulfilled everything he have desired for his life, so he will meet with the death as if as a long lost friend, and he will be not afraid, the human will be not afraid of death as he have fulfilled all his desires, and instead he will be very glad to meet death, and he will look for immortality. Immortality means one, he will seek for immortality means one who doesn't die, but the basically here the poet is talking about the soul. He will meet with death as if a long lost friend, and he will be not afraid of death, and he will look for immortality with death. Symbol of life, me with such faith endure. So the poet says here comparing the butterfly with a symbol of life, and he lays its faith or his faith upon the butterfly, that one day he will be also be able to be free like the butterfly. So here is the complete explanation of the poem. I hope you all are able to understand the poem. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Thank you.